IQs just drop sharply while I was away?
Ripley, sometimes they do. This is Tim, the New York Giants Straight Talk, powered by Online Big Blue LLC. I want to talk about Saquon Barkley and coming back to the Giants, or maybe not coming back to the Giants. I want to talk about Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans tight end coach who came over to the Giants. I also want to talk about some misconceptions about Michael Penix Jr. First thing I want to start with immediately is the Saquon Barkley crap. Oh, my God. You go on Twitter, you see all the sources, you see all the information, you see everything else that says that Saquon Barkley will not, that the Giants are going to let Saquon Barkley walk. The Giants are going to be tagging Saquon Barkley. The Giants are not going to be tagging Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley wants to be a Giant. Saquon Barkley doesn't want to be a Giant. Saquon Barkley's going to the 49ers. Saquon Barkley's going to the Dallas. Saquon Barkley's signing a long-term contract for the Giants. It makes your head dizzy. Gonna just say it. Gonna say it's simple. The new year hasn't even started for the NFL. Saquon Barkley is not under contract. Nothing right now is going to happen, guys. I mean, really. The NFL season has not ended until the last second ticks off the clock on the Super Bowl. And the people that are like, well, the rumors around the Senior Bowl was that Saquon Barkley was not, the Giants were going to let him walk. The Giants may have made a decision on Saquon Barkley. Not going to deny it. They may have. But they are not going to come out and they are not going to say anything before the draft. And they're not going to say anything before free agency because of the fact that they are not going to tip their hand before the NFL season, the new NFL season in 2024 has even started.
1 + 1 still 2, right?
Yes, Tallahassee, 1 + 1 still equals 2. Because you have to do this. You're not going to just give up. You're not just going to, we're not going to secretly tell a beat writer or a person on Twitter what our information is. No, it's not going to fucking happen. Oh my God, it makes my head hurt. Maybe it's because I was at the Knick game last night and I watched Brunson go down. I got to stop going to the Knick games. Last time I went, Randall went down with the shoulder and I was there last night and Brunson goes down with the ankle. Maybe I just need to stay away from MSG. And I love the people that are like, you know what we need to do? We need to just tell Saquon, we should let Saquon Barkley walk because we're going to save all this money on the cap. Oh, I just make the bad man stop. You're not saving any money on the cap. Well, technically you are, but the 28 and 29 million you have right now is inclusive of Saquon Barkley's contract not being on the books because he's not under contract. So all this additional money you think you are going to save by not having Saquon Barkley on the books, he's already not on the books.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent. Now get out of here.
That's what I just tell people. Oh, my God. We're not going to know what's going to go on with Barkley. We're just not. Just give it a rest, guys. You want to speculate, you want to pontificate, you want to post shit on Twitter, you want to make videos, you want to do all that stuff, you go right ahead. But to the intelligent fan, just know this. They know. That's why they're called the intelligent fan. Now, I know Giants fans were ranked some of the dumbest fans out there, or they were ranked the dumbest fans. I'll say the most football illiterate fans out there. But, that's just what it is. So, I mean... But we get it. We understand. Some of us understand. Some of us get it. Oh, and I don't even want to get into Tiki Bar. I was going to get into Tiki Barber and his love affair. We already did a Yes Man video, so we're not even going to get into that. One of the other big stories was now that Ryan Tannehill is coming to the New York Giants because the Giants signed the tight end coach from a former tight end coach of the Tennessee Titans. Really? This is what we're at now, too? Really? The tight end coach. How often do you think the tight end coach worked with Ryan Tannehill? Maybe they were college roommates. Maybe they were best friends I don't know about. Maybe there's, maybe there's some kind of rationale that they have this symbiotic relationship, even though a lot of people are predicting that he's going to go to the Steelers to back up Kenny Pickett. So could he come to the Giants?
Telling me there's a chance. Yeah!
Of course he could come to the Giants. He could go anywhere. I would like to see him on the Giants. I would like to see him on the Giants immediately. But I think it's funny. He's also been tagged to the Jets. He's also been tagged to the Broncos. He is going to be a guy that he is not going to get the kind of money that he thought he was going to get, but or thinks he's going to get because of his age, because of his experience. He'll probably get more than Baker Mayfield got, which is fine by me. But he is not going to be that guy that is going to come to New York and be that bridge. And I love it now also because of the fact that people are like, well, speculation, not speculation. The thought is out of that the Senior Bowl, the Giants are not going to draft a quarterback in the first round. Come on, guys. Really? The Giants are going to tell you their draft board. The Giants are going to tell you their philosophy. One change in the draft, one team going up and picking a player, or one team picking a player that was unexpected can throw off your entire draft board. Not just saying it's going to happen, but what happens if you're sitting there at 6 and both Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels are sitting there? Or what if Drake May and Caleb Williams are sitting there? You're not going to take him. That's what you're telling me. I don't think Shane is that stupid to put his whole... He did it once. He was stupid once, and hopefully he's not stupid again. But one shakeup in the draft can change the entire order, can change an entire team's philosophy. One injury report on Daniel Jones' knee, everything can change in a heartbeat, in a moment. So for thinking that the Giants are going to go out and find that veteran quarterback to come in and back up and compete with Daniel Jones, yeah, it could happen. It could happen, 100%. But you can't take stock in that on February 7th. This is why I'm around.
You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Well, that's why they got me around. That's why you guys got me around. Michael Penix Jr. You know what? I was thinking about it yesterday when I was on the train. And my thought process was this. If the Giants drafted either or Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, or Michael Penix Jr., I'd be fine. All of them have issues. All of them have strengths. All of them have ability. All of them have the measurables. All of them could be that guy for the G-men. And I was thinking about it. Like I said, I wouldn't. I've always talked about Drake May. I'm not liking Drake May because to me he's a more athletic. Daniel Jones with a better arm. But I'm watching more film on May. I'm starting to see some things that I like. I've always liked Penix. The only thing I don't like about Penix is the knees and his ability. One good shot on that turf in MetLife, because everyone always wants to talk about the turf. Turf monster smash. I always jokingly keep reminding people ACL tears are not a repetitive stress injury on the muscle itself and not a turf injury. Just throwing that out there, guys. So for some of the people, but like I said, Penix is a gamble. Penix, he is a guy. He hasn't been injured in 2 years. He's been healthy. He's a gamble, but I would take that gamble. I wouldn't take it at 6. If I traded down like 14 or 15, I might take it there, but he's a kid with a big arm. Outside of that championship game, he has a beautiful deep throw. He's got an effortless deep throw. And it's almost like he doesn't even have to try. It's like he could get the ball down with accuracy. And he is one of those guys. I love his pre-snap reads. I love his understanding of the game. He is a general on the field. He is a leader. He has that Jalen Hurts mentality that his teammates seem to rally around him and want to play for him. But like I said, one of the things I really love about him above some of the other quarterbacks is that deep pass. He shows a nice touch on it as well. If you go back to Eli Manning's early days, when Kevin Gilbride tried to make him a gunslinger, Eli had one of the best deep balls in the league. He really did. If you go back and watch. And I think Penix has a better deep pass and has a better touch and a better understanding of ball placement on his deep pass. He understands how to identify mismatches on the field. You watch him, you literally can watch him exploit the secondary at times because he has this ability to rapidly go through his progressions and his reads. And when you have a guy like that, it just makes everyone else around you confident. And I think that's what you need to look at. He doesn't have the greatest mobility in the world, but he does have what I like to refer to as pocket mobility. He can move around. He can bounce around. He's agile. He's quick. He's got the physical skills. And you know what, though? One of the things I really love about him is he kind of reminds me of Eli in regard, and Phil Simms in regards that when he makes some mistakes, he throws a big time interception or something happens, he doesn't sit there and dwell on it like Daniel Jones doesn't sit there and pouts on the sidelines and have Brian Dable throw an iPad at him. No, nobody does. He forgets about it and he goes on. He goes on. I do think he's got some inconsistencies with his throwing motion, and he's kind of got like I said, he's a left-hander, and he's got that kind of wonky throw. He is a left-hander, and that's not the reason why he's got a wonky throwing motion. He just kind of has a wonky throwing motion. I would leave it the fuck alone, the throwing motion. I wouldn't even touch it because of the fact that it works. You don't want to touch Patrick Mahomes. You don't want to touch Tua. You don't want to touch any of these guys' throwing motions because it works. Unorthodox is a good way to put it. You're gonna hear some people talk about not wanting to catch balls from a left-hander because the ball comes out weird. Ask Jerry Rice when he went from Joe Montana to Steve Young. But he is a guy. But like I said, these are all just ancillary little things. The biggest issue that I see is his injury history. Multiple ACL tears. You have to factor that in, and you have to factor in, will he have the durability to play 16, 17 games? Will he have I can tell you this. I can tell you this from firsthand with ACLs. I tore my ACL twice playing. The first time I had ACL repair, and I also had repair on my meniscus, my mid meniscus. And I came back within a year, and I thought everything was fine. And then the last practice before the start of the season, I tore my knee. I tore it again. Same ACL, tore the same ACL again. And that time, I had ACL replacement where they took my patella tendon and strung it across basically remade my ACL. And once again, I also had damage to my meniscus, my mid meniscus, and my medial collateral ligament as well. Never the same. I've never been the same since that second ACL. But then you got guys like Adrian Peterson who just tear an ACL and get stronger, get better, get faster, come back in 7-8 weeks. Months. Sorry. And you also have guys that tear it and never come back. He's a guy that's torn it and he's come back. He is, if you want to, like I said, to me with Penix, he is the antithesis of the modern NFL quarterback. He's athletic, high football IQ. He can make all the throws. He's got the leadership. He's got the mobility in the pocket. If he didn't have any of the injury issues, he would be the guy. He would be the he would be the number one pick. I don't take a lot of stock in the fact that he had people refer to as a bad game in that championship game. One game does not make a career. I've said that about JJ McCarthy. JJ didn't even have a great game, and people see his stock rising because he won a national championship. But again, we don't want to talk about the fact that he only completed, he didn't complete a third or fourth down pass until the end of the third quarter on that game. We don't want to talk about that. But this kid is a blend. You go down and get him at 17, which I think he might be there. You trade or you pick up a wide receiver in the same motion. You may have potentially solidified yourself in the Giants offense for the next 10 years. Oh, this is Tim. We got a lot of stuff going on, guys, so make sure you stay tuned for this week. Make sure you share the channel and like and all that stuff because we're trying to grow the channel this year. We want to make this a big year in 2024. We're going to do a lot of fun stuff. We're going to take more subscribers to the draft party and the coaches club and all the other, and maybe the Giants town hall and all the other fun events we take everyone to. So let's stay tuned for that. And again, as always, this is Tim. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell because you want to know why. That'll be awesome.